Is it really a good message to send to our young ladies that men can be better girls than girls can? I would say no, and I hope you would agree with me. But that's exactly what we're doing by allowing these trans athletes to compete in the women's categories. They're winning all of these records and going from terrible to all of a sudden superstar and shattering all kinds of glass ceilings. Well, I don't understand why no one has thought of this and mentioned this before, but you don't allow the guy in the wheelchair to pretend like he can run and have him compete in basketball. There's a category for that, the Special Olympics. Back in August, a Fourth Circuit judge ruled that the ADA, the Americans with Disabilities Act, protects trans from being discriminated against. Well, this would mean that transgender dysphoria is a disability. If we're honest with ourselves, this isn't the first time that we've faced a situation like this. Remember Oscar Pistorius, the runner who lost his legs but then became the famous Blade Runner? Well, there was a lot of question over his disability actually gave him an advantage, and a lot of people didn't think it was quite fair for him to be competing with the fully abled. Here's the latest in this saga of trans athletes, and this is from the Western Journal. It's from November 21st, and this is written by Warner Todd Houston. Male who got trounced on boys cross country team switches to girls team, smokes the competition. The story has become all too familiar. A mediocre male athlete claims he is female, joins the women's team, and all of a sudden dominates his opponents. That story is playing out once again, this time in Seattle, where runner Aspen Hoffman is breaking records on a high school cross-country team. Hoffman, a sophomore on the school's boys team in 2021, never cracking the top 50 in the 5,000 meters. But this year, Hoffman announced that he is transgender and joined the girls' team, according to Libs of TikTok, and suddenly he is at the top of the standings. Hoffman went from 72nd place in the boys' conference finals last year to first place in the girls' competition this year. He then finished second at the district meet, helping his team qualify for the state championships. How convenient. Libs of TikTok noted that Hoffman's 5,000 meter time would only have been good for 48th place in the boys' division. I would be very upset if I was these girls. Despite the fact that most Americans don't want males competing against females in sports, the Washington Interscholastic Athletic Association allows it. The WIAA even recently eliminated medical requirements for transgender athletes to prove they are transitioning. Athletes will participate in programs consistent with their gender identity or the gender most consistently expressed. School personnel responsible for student eligibility will work collaboratively with the student athlete to determine eligibility, the WIAA rules now state. This is absolute insanity. The WIAA also eliminated official protocols for challenging the eligibility of transgender athletes. In its Gender Diverse Youth Sports Inclusivity Toolkit, the WIAA insists that males have no competitive advantages over females, adding that the presence of boys in girls' sports has not been shown to diminish opportunities for others. What? Libs of TikTok reached out to several parents who disagree. Hoffman is larger than any of the other girls and shamelessly takes first place on the podium. One father said, "Now my daughter is competing against a male for scholarships, and we can't even say anything. You can't even approach it in a nice way without being labeled a hateful bigot. You will get threats against you." Another parent pointed out that Hoffman has booted up at least one girl off the cross-country team and taken her place. This sentiment has come up again and again in the transgender athlete controversy. The Trump administration backed those who opposed transgenderism in school sports, of course, but once the far-left Biden regime took power, that support quickly evaporated. What do you think about my plan? Is it crazy? Does it sound legit? Let me know down below. Leave me a comment and give me your thoughts, because I would like to know. Maybe I'm just overthinking this. Thanks for joining me. Please hit the like button on this video. It helps me out tremendously. And please subscribe to my channel if you aren't already, which chances are you probably aren't. And until next time, peace be with you.